Alright, I'm stupidly late. Suddenly that showed up. A little late, but whatever. Alright, let's do this. Back to the
As history
observatory.
repeats itself, the man remembers the patterns. He knows that he needs the missing part for the telescope.
I better find Dr. Meadows' car. That's where the camera should be.
Might as well. And I might as well grab this.
When Dr. Rachel Meadows got the call from Michael, telling her to hurry to the observatory, she didn't waste any time. It had been a nice party. She'd had a good time, but her social life would always play second fiddle to the mysteries of space. Michael never showed up, of course. He pulled over at the wrong rest stop. She never even thought about him at the time. The phenomenon in the sky above her was too fascinating.
Oh, and then I forgot this one.
The atmosphere in the projection booth at the drive-in was charged, almost unreal. Despite that, the air felt cool and refreshing this late at night. It'd been a hot day. The summer was nearing its end, but it wasn't over yet.
Just think, I gotta go through this 3 times total.
There are places where our world is worn thin, and another reality brushes against ours. One such site is Cauldron Lake near Bright Falls, Washington. But there are others. That other reality is dark, vast, and malleable, always in flux. In its depths dwell vast forces and alien energies. They're dangerous. But in one of these places, if you know how, you can channel the power of that place and use it to shape reality.
Hi, Rexar. It's going okay. Ugh. Okay. That's not where her car was last time. Hunting rifle. I don't think I want that. I think I want to stick to the... Whoa! Hello. There we go. Yeah. It's not too long of a game, but the problem is that it's one of those, hey, we only made 3 levels, let's have you go through it 3 times kind of games. This is loop 2 for the record.
Stories come naturally to us. We can't help it. There are many different worlds, many competing realities within our heads, fueled by books, television, even barely remembered childhood tales. There's an endless supply of fictional concepts more familiar to us than anything or anyone real. We have a far greater connection to the fictional characters we know and love than the random people we pass on the street. Our destinies and inspirations are shaped by lies, myths, and fables.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I don't want to switch to the carbine. All right.
It's you. How dare you? No, wait. It isn't you, is it? I suppose you'd better come in. I'll unlock the door.
Thanks.
Did she having deja vu too? Because honestly, that's part of the reason why I'm not really willing to. Like you might have noticed I haven't put any negatives on the board for the whole it's going to make me play the game 3 times thing. Note how things are different. Now whoops. Sorry. Now you could argue, wait. Pause and rewind, Blue Wolf. You gave Daybreak 2 shit for that. Why is Alan Wake's American Nightmare getting off the hook for multiple times through, here's multiple differences? Simple. This isn't reality. Or at the very least, it's heavily implied to become a reality, but warped and twisted harshly. So it's either this is the dark place and Alan's still fighting the darkness, or this is reality being warped by the dark place. One of the two. One of the manuscripts basically says that, no, he's in the dark place still. He hasn't gotten out. Note. And that's the difference. Because there are changes that are consistent. Right? Emma recognizing us. Emma going and getting that shit, right? Now, I have no doubt that the developers did, that they did that because they knew players weren't going to want to go and do the exact same thing 3 times. And they're right. So they wanted to streamline that second round in order to go ahead and just get that, to do that. the reason I gave Daybreak 2 so much shit is the point is the problem of how the time travel in Daybreak 2 works. The memories and the geneses are supposed to be the only two things that travel through time. So when they started fucking changing things all willy-nilly, that's when I started to get really, really, really fucking agitated. Because for as much as I bitch about it being about Daybreak 2 being time travel, when you really think about it, it's kind of not when you think about it. In fact, I actually praised the consistency. I actually gave positives for the consistency of it only being the memories and the genesis that travel back in time. Because that was the consistent thing. So once they started shifting things so that so that everything went topsy turvy, that's when I started to get pissy at Daybreak 2 because it was effectively doing narrative. It was effectively pulling a narrative cheat. This is not narrative cheating because the whole point is that each loop differentiates itself because the darkness is manipulating reality. That's been the case since the first game. That was the whole point of the first game. That was how Alan could fight the dark entity. That's how Alan could fight Barbara, because his manuscripts were letting him rewrite reality, quite literally. Positive to story, actually. Now that I've talked all of that out, positive to story. I was not intending for that to lead to a positive to story, but then I talked it out and I was like, oh, wait, that's a positive to story. Because this is how you do that dead end concept. And change things and make it interesting. You make it so that effectively reality is being warped. Again, that's not what was happening in Daybreak 2.
I know what you're thinking. Evil twin, supernatural powers. But most of the time, I just like to keep things basic. I want you to understand that. Like this. Need to get your hands dirty? No batteries, no moving parts, just physics. That's technology you can depend on. It's a classic.
Thank you for calling that
Speaking
technology,
of classics,
Scratch.
you need to be careful with this one, though. If the victim suddenly twists, you might end up cutting yourself. It's not really a workhorse, but I'm a sucker for this style. Now this is more like it. You've got slip-resistant grip. Believe me, you really want that traction once you're wrist deep in somebody. The blade's stiff enough so it won't open by accident in your pocket, but it's still really easy to open with just one hand. Now that's a big thing for me. I know what you're thinking. It's too big, too heavy. but sometimes you just need the extra oomph. If you're talking intimidation, this is gonna do the job. Also great for dismemberings and whatnot. You know, the messy jobs. I can't tell you how many things I've MacGyvered with this stuff. Okay, now, guns. Not a big fan. I mean, how are you supposed to really connect with somebody with a bullet? I want you to understand that. I take pride in what I do. We can't both be worthless hacks, can we?
Let's talk about Mr. Scratch. At first, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna give him any positives. I've changed my mind on that. I've changed my mind on that. I think Mr. Scratch is an effective villain. He's What's funny is that it's only if you actually watch his little broadcasts that he's interesting. But yeah, no, he's effective as a villain because again, it's made crystal clear multiple times. Yeah, no, he's a villain. He is what Alan thinks he could have been had he had no morals.
Forgive me, but this feels very strange. It seems like this has all happened before.
I have the replacement part for your telescope, Doctor.
All right. Let's get it installed. I think we can give this a go, although I have this strange feeling that something will
Don't
go
start
wrong.
it up yet. There's a problem with the coolant system.
Yes, that's right. I remember. All right, let me think. If they're sabotaging it, they'll be at the primary coolant pipe outside. If you can secure it, we should be ready to pick up the signal. That is why you're here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'll take care of it.
Before you go, if you have the time, I'd appreciate if you came up here and explained a few things. All of this is very strange to me.
Yeah, we can go up there and explain it. Didn't talk to her, why not?
Hello.
I don't quite know what's going on, but I seem to remember having had this encounter before.
It's not deja vu, Doctor. This has happened before. We're caught in a time loop.
That's utterly insane. How could that be?
I can't really explain it. I suppose I could call it magic.
I don't believe in magic.
Neither do I, but I can't argue with what I've experienced. Listen, what matters now is the signal. The last time we only caught a part of it. I need the rest of it. Whether you believe me or not, you want to look into this as much as I do, right?
Yes. All right.
I realize that you have trouble believing this.
That's an understatement. I can't deny that what you say resonates with me on some level I don't pretend to understand. But for all I know, I'm simply delusional.
But it's not just you. I've experienced the same thing as you. Doesn't that prove something, at least?
Maybe. On the other hand, given your appearance, and the fact that you're trying to convince me that I'm not insane, perhaps you're merely a hallucination that accompanies my delusions.
You're not having a psychotic episode, Doctor. For what it's worth, I'm a skeptic by nature. I completely understand your reluctance to believe me.
There are people caught so deep in their psychosis that they retroactively manufacture memories and beliefs that conform to the situation at hand.
Sure, but you have to stop second-guessing yourself at some point, if you want to get something done.
That is a good thing to say to it. I would say that's a good way to convince a scientist. Because that's one of the things that a scientist knows as well. At some point, you gotta stop second guessing and just get it done, you know? Put your theories into practice. I can't carry any more flashbangs. Nope, not that way. I'm assuming that's gonna come into play at some point. Okay. Okay, apparently my objective is actually different than what it was before. Because before I was activating those liquid nitrogen intakes. Now I'm securing like the main thing. Huh. What do we got over here? Hunting rifle. Okay. Full on shotgun ammo. That's locked. Guess we'll keep going. Hi guys. Gee, it's almost as if I'm not scared of you guys anymore. Okay, where's Mr. I'm throwing everything?
Am I
Can you
correct?
hear me?
You
I
should
think
be
we're
able
good
to
to go.
turn on the lights and secure the area that way. All right. I'll start looking for the signal. Please, head back.
Well, shit.
I guess they didn't like that.
I mean, I certainly I didn't think they would like that. I mean, makes sense, man. This is definitely more action oriented than the first game was. The first game was definitely more predicated on suspense, more so than action. But this one just seems to be like bam, 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 action, action, action.
And Mountain's trying to kill me.
God damn it. Okay. Oh, great. Okay, now you're just teasing me, game. I mean, with 3 of them there, I guess I should have seen that coming, but still. Oh, crap. Okay, where's the thrower? Ow. Ah, god damn it. Come on. God damn it. Way too many of these tossers. Okay, where the hell is he? Okay. 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 Now that I've gotten that out of the way.
It's working. Please, come up here.
I can barely see. I'm gonna refill first. I mean, granted, I could do it after, but...
You find the signal?
Yes, I don't think it's quite the same thing we had, the last time. Still, we're definitely picking it up.
Are we getting the complete signal now?
I'm afraid not. Take a look at it yourself. I'm printing out a hard copy now. I'd like to ask you a question or two before that, though, if you don't mind.
What's on your mind, Doctor?
Most people would find these events extremely disturbing, provided that they survive these creatures, that is. You seem to be quite adept at dealing with the situation. Why is that?
Yes, I was involved in... It's a complex story. I was in this small town, and a horrible thing from another dimension kidnapped my wife and manipulated me into writing this horror story that came true. I learned to fight it with light, and I managed to contain it and free my wife. But I was trapped in its world.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. So, I'm used to reality working in strange or even impossible ways. And I've fought these things, not exactly like this, but close enough for a good while now. Of course, I have certain advantages. Was there anything else?
What did you mean when you said you have advantages?
At the risk of sounding like a lunatic, reality is much more fluid than people think. It can be influenced.
I didn't take you for a mystic.
I'm not. I'm a writer. And under certain conditions, I can, for lack of a better word, rewrite reality. Change things.
That's absurd.
But it works.
Assuming I believe this, why don't you simply, I don't know, write yourself some superpowers?
It's not quite that simple. You need to follow certain laws of drama, I suppose. You need to think about consistency and symbolism. Often what you write isn't anywhere near as important as what you imply. There are things out there that will take advantage of your mistakes.
You really believe in this?
Don't look at me like that. You've experienced some of this yourself.
I will gladly admit that something exceedingly strange is going on. But this idea that you're somehow altering reality with your writing is ridiculous. You're essentially saying you're controlling my actions. Leaving aside the rational arguments against this, what gives you the right?
Well, it's more like having a destiny. A path you're on. You're not aware of it, but there it is. If somebody changes it, what difference does it make? It's what every writer does. If you write something that affects one of the characters, they don't really know about that.
I'm not a character. Are you saying that it's all right to take advantage of someone if they aren't aware of it?
Look, all I meant was that if you're genuinely making all your own decisions, and those decisions lead to whatever destiny you have, what practical difference does it make?
I suppose that depends on whether our destinies are determined by things like physics and probabilities, or natural reality, which is presumably neutral and impartial, or by some kind of an intelligence. If it's the latter, that intelligence makes choices based on some criteria. If we suffer as a result of those choices, there's a moral and ethical element involved, regardless of whether we're aware of its manipulations. Wouldn't you agree?
You're taking this very well. I thought you'd be angry.
I suppose I would be if I thought you could actually do this.
Whew. Probably best not to prove it, Ellen.
Another printout. Another signal fragment. The message is still not complete, but it's another piece of the weapon he has built against his adversary. Mere words on a piece of paper, but in the right hands, they will hold back the darkness.
All right. So we finished the second round of the observatory. Now it's time for the second round of the drive-in.
The last time the man came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
But it's unfortunately not.
Serena's probably out of her mind again. But I'm gonna need that key so I can get the power back on. To change the world, you must craft a blueprint for the new reality. Any work of art will do, as long as it's a genuine act of creation. That's what the energies of the dark place respond to. The results may be subtle and perplexing, or far-ranging and momentous. My area of expertise, the written word, gives much more precise results than music or interpretive dance would, for instance. But words can be extremely dangerous. What you define may become reality, but so can that which you imply, even if you don't realize you're doing so.
You again?
I'm really just here to get the keys so I can get the power back on.
Do you want to hold me down? It's okay. I know you like that.
Yeah, I'll just grab the keys.
I could be like your wife. Little wifey. Waiting at home for hubby. Or you could be the mailman. Or
God.
the neighbor.
I'm already married to someone who isn't crazy, thanks. I'm just gonna go and get the power back on.
Aww.
Look, I may or may not be back. I have the access code to the booth already, so once the power is on...
You should totally come see me. We could have fun. You know.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we're just gonna bypass that.
I was about to do the weather, but I see we have a caller. Hey, you're on the air with Eddie. What's up?
Hey, Eddie, it's Ricky. You talked about fate before. You think about that a lot?
Not a lot, to be honest, but I take it you do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any conclusions you'd care to share, Ricky?
Well, we've got free will, right? That's in the Bible and everything.
Yeah, right, sure.
So free will, right? Am I right? I mean, if we can do what we want, how can there be fate? I mean, you don't know what's going to happen next, so there's no fate. There's just people doing stuff.
Well, I don't know, Ricky. I don't suppose you have considered the possibility that we're all here in the service of a greater purpose, incomprehensible to us,
and that what we take to be freedom is nothing more than the move of a pawn on some cosmic chessboard, limited in scope, subject to the whims of unseen players,
existing only for their entertainment.
Or perhaps we're just a twisted
reflection
of actual events that can happen
elsewhere.
Could it be that such is life in Night Springs?
Dude, what?
Food for thought, Ricky. Food for thought.
Okay then. All right. Yeah, I don't want to be flirted at by the fucking drunk on the darkness lady.
Getting it yet, genius?
What I'm getting is you need to shut the hell up, Scratch. Damn it. Ugh. That's better. Uh...
I want to talk about Alice. Just look at her. She's really beautiful, isn't she? Your wife. Well, our wife, really. Just my wife soon. Don't worry. I'm not gonna treat her like the others. She's special. If I wanted her dead, she would be. I've been around for a while now. So talented. You haven't seen her new work, of course. Oh, it takes my breath away. Really, she's that good. Did you know that I've got a wedding ring, too? We're that similar. She's seen me a couple times, you know? I've let her catch glimpses. She thinks she's imagining things, of course. She thinks you're dead. It might as well be. I mean, even if you manage to keep surviving, you'll be in my trap forever. So I'll go to her. It'll be an amazing moment. Oh my God, you're alive. I'll be the good, loving husband for as long as I can stand it. She'll love it. And then, one day, somehow, it'll happen. Maybe I'll slip up, she spots something, or maybe she just starts running her mouth. And then, I'll do it. It's gonna be sweet. My darling wife.
Oh. Manuscript over here.
It's obvious that for all his power, Mr. is an agent of another greater being. The dark place he came from is full of terrible alien intelligences, dark presences, and none of them should be let loose in our world. He serves one of them. He'll open the way for them if I don't stop him. But he'll do more. He'll take over my life. He already has my face. He already uses my name. He'll become Alan Wake in every way imaginable and corrupt everything. Unless I can stop him.
There we go.
Like a little hamster in a wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll do you.
Damn it. Oh, come on. Fuck. I got comboed. God. Now we're starting to remind me of the goddamn eating of this fucking shitty encounter design that's the later makes it one stuff started to pull. Let's see, I'm missing 11 there, 5 there, 6 there, 5, 11, and 6. So I have 26. I have 31 pages so far. Okay, let's try this again.
You're like a little hamster in a wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll do you.
God damn it, I can't see. The fucking camera got too close. What the fuck? Oh, I hate when that happens. It's always bullshit. Also, I have to admit, I think the name of this thing would sound better as Alan Wake's Arizona Nightmare, but I suppose that doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
You're like a little hamster in a wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll do you.
Okay. Now that I got that out of the way. Yeah. Okay, that I will switch to, because, yeah, why not? I've gotten more than 20 manuscript pages.
For Serena Valdivia, burning the midnight oil was more of an exception than a rule. A procrastinator and a perfectionist, she often worked when she wouldn't be disturbed. Tonight was especially important. The film festival would open tomorrow, and there was still so much to sort out. It wasn't that the work hadn't been done. She just didn't feel like she had completely mastered everything yet.
Oh, it's different this time. Alright. Only one is correct. There we go. Oh, great. Oh, come on. Will you fuck off already? God damn it. Oh. Well, shit. That's just bull at that point. That's just the game being mean at that point. Okay. I know it's one of these fucking gates that decided to look like it wasn't going to actively be bad. Oh, god damn it. Fuck off, game. Oh, wait. I saw something. Oh, come on! Fuck off! Fuck off! Ugh. Oh, whatever, I'll refill my health. Wait. But I saw a frickin' manuscript page. These pop up on my radar. Okay, go away. it's over here. Okay. Where is it? Supposed to be... There it is.
The dark place is utterly hostile to human life. It eats at your mind, wants you to succumb to madness. Your own thoughts can turn against you. Every shadow conceals a threat that attacks at the slightest sign of weakness. You're under endless assault. Every day is a struggle for survival. But I've learned to take care of myself. I focus on Alice, our life together, my need to be with her. That takes me a long way in the dark place. As long as I have my gun and the flashlight.
God damn it. Knew that was gonna fucking happen. So it's this one. Yep, there we go. At least that one's
If you
consistent.
die, you lose. If you quit, you lose. If you make it to the end of the loop, you still lose. Sucker.
Shut up. Alright. And here we go again with this. Fuck, come on! Fuck! Here, let's have 4,000 guys spawn in right beside you just because fuck you. It's like, come on! God, I've only been at this for an hour. Alright. Alright. There. That's basically loop 2 done.
The Champion of Light knows that the time itself is about to end. At least for him. He can feel the dead end rushing towards him. But there is time to act. Incomplete or not, he has the weapon.
I don't have the whole thing, but maybe it's enough. It's not enough.
You're trying to be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity. No matter how many times you come back.
There's loop 2 done.
Time
Alright.
folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility of what is happening assaults them. But the Champion of Light endures. Each time he gets a little closer. Each time another detail falls into place. Now the trap works against the Herald of Darkness.
Holy shit. What are you, King Hillbilly?
Whew.
Thor and Odin Anderson, old gods of Asgard. I still don't quite know what to make of them. I know they used to be rock stars who modeled their stage personas after Norse gods. I know they're old. I know that in their day they fought the darkness as I do. I know they're demented and insane, ravaged by age and self-abuse. But there's something in them, something powerful that took hold when they were touched by the powers beyond. A thing that goes far beyond just stage names. Something godlike.
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
Hello? Okay. Sure, game. Let's skip right to the end. Why not? Damn. Okay, that is actually kind of awesome. Alright, I'm very likely to give Loop 3 a positive, just for the sake of it going with the adage, let's just get on with it. I mean, you know how this goes. So fuck it, we're not gonna waste your time.
Next stop, saving Emma.
Hi! Welcome back to the fray, buddy. I'm gonna go through that. Oh, wait.
So, one morning I was running. It was in the fall. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning. It was the sun was just coming up. And there's this huge estate right on the Long Island Sound called the Ziegler Estate, and it's monstrous, and it has these old iron gates that have they're spiked, very, very sharp. But it's acres and acres of land. And so I'm running, and I'm listening to Tosca, listening to opera. And there's a moment in Tosca where Tosca's about to stab Scarpia, okay? And it's very, very dramatic. And it's there's this huge duet. And so I'm running, and you can see the breath coming, you can see my breath coming. The sun is coming up, and there's this incredible scene happening. And all of a sudden in the distance, I see something that's on the fence. And as I'm running up, I realize it's a deer. And the deer has tried to jump over this fence, 8 feet high. Tried to jump over the fence. It landed on top of the fence. It caught it in its chest, and it slid all the way down. So it opened the deer from the chest to all the way down its stomach, and it was still alive. It was flailing, absolutely flailing. I remember just this music, and the thing was running, and I I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Absolutely couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I couldn't get at the deer. It was on the other side. So it's like the idea of like, okay, well, you should help the deer, you know, try to put out his mirror. I couldn't get near it, and it was huge. It was gigantic. And so and there was like gigantic horns. I mean, it was a visual I will never, ever forget. And I just remember as I was running and just these flock of crows that were like in the trees just flying. It was the most cinematic, frightening thing I've ever seen. I just stood there. I stood there until it died. You know, and then started running home.
Okay then.
Getting the Andersons into the recording studio was a struggle and a half. But once they actually picked up the instruments, something happened. They were two old men, and they weren't. They were doddering bags of bone, and they were barely contained power. And there was music. Barry rubbed his hands together. He knew how to pick a winner. Now all they needed was some direction on how to make things a little more modern. Barry had never produced a thing in his life, but he knew what he liked. He knew Balance Slays the Demon was going to be a hit.
And lo and behold, Barry was right.
Is it bad that this time I just went, oh, he's gonna be right?
Not as long as I show up, I guess.
Damn it. Okay.
Is it bad that this time I just went, oh, he's gonna be right along?
Not as long as I show up, I guess.
Oh, you fucking bastard!
Is it bad that this time I just went, oh, he's
Not as long as I show up, I guess. Clear now.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
Well, it's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair. Absolutely fair enough. Like, God.
You seem calmer now.
I tried freaking out. It didn't do much good for me. I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
Good for you.
Plus, I figured I'd take the edge off, you know?
Mm-hmm. Those herbal supplements are pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to try to explain things to you now since you're calmer, but maybe this isn't the best time after all.
Oh, shit, yeah. Better not get all metaphysical on me now. Seriously, I'm like 2 sentences away from thinking how we could all be like atoms on God's skin or something.
Figments of somebody's imagination?
Wow. I'm just gonna try to chill out and not think about that or getting murdered or anything, if you're cool with that.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's secure the fuse. Yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. I definitely want to heal. There's more manuscript pages I can get. There's one right up in here, but I can't get to it. I better reload.
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
Well,
What
he's
the hell
dead
could you
in
have
that
done?
motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
Fair enough.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me, if you had, you'd be dead. You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world. Listen, I need to get going.
Yeah, go. I think I'm good now. I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Just keep those lights on, okay?
It's Says there's a manuscript page somewhere. They're close. Oh.
Well, art lovers, are you feeling neglected? You shouldn't. You know Eddie Rodman's got love for you, which is why I actually hauled myself out of bed before noon, just so I could record an interview for your pleasure. Enjoy. Now, as I'm sure you all know, the annual Night Springs Visual Art Show is coming around again, and that's a big deal for all of us that are in the culture business. If you can call it a business. That's a little controversial, I know.
Oh, that's okay. Money makes the world go around, no doubt about it.
And that's one of my guests here at the studio, Serena Valdivia. She's a curator at the Night Springs Gallery of Visual Arts, and she's in charge of the NSVA Film Festival, held this year at the old Night Springs Drive-In Theater.
Hello, Eddie. It's great to be here. And let me just say that it's a wonderful venue.
Absolutely. And with her is one of the filmmakers, somebody who's actually primarily known as a renowned photographer, Alice Wake.
Hello.
Alice, I've seen a lot of your work over the years. It's very impressive. My wife's a big fan, actually.
Oh, thank you.
You've gained quite a bit of fame as a photographer, but that's not why you're here, right? You actually have a film. That's a little surprising.
For me, too. I really wouldn't be here at all if it weren't for Serena.
You two are friends, I take it?
Yeah, we move in the same circles. So, about a year ago, I heard about all this footage she'd shot, and I got to see some of it, and then I started pestering her about actually putting it out there, because it was really good. I didn't really want to show it. It felt too personal.
Well, yes, I can understand that. It features your husband, and he's, well...
He's dead.
I thought he was missing.
It's been 2 years. This sounds awful, but yes, I believe he's dead. Otherwise he would have, well, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Well, hold that thought, and we'll be right back.
Yeah. Can't really blame her for thinking that, though.
I have seen the darkness twist flesh into new shapes before, but encountering these giants is an extremely disturbing experience. It's as if the genre has been switched on me. There's something out of Pulp Fiction. Twice as tall as normal men and stronger than forklifts, their lumbering gait and slow-witted demeanor brings to mind some kind of mean-spirited caricature of a feeble-minded hillbilly.
Oh, right. Well, I don't want to do that just yet. Still missing 2 pages. Could have sworn there was another page somewhere close. Yeah.
Emma wasn't sure exactly when the man arrived at the motel, but from what she could tell, the party started almost immediately. It was infectious, spreading from one room to another. He was mercurial, almost as if he was flickering through the scene, telling a joke here, throwing an insult there, oozing sex and violence and excitement. She had never seen someone like this before. He looked at her and smiled, and she felt her heart flutter a little. She knew he was the kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, but she told herself it didn't matter.
Okay. Please tell me that we're actually gonna get somewhere this time.
The fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the Champion of Light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this.
Alright. So that's it. It for the motel. Alright. So, the second observatory...
Returning to the observatory.
Shit. Hold that thought. I will go ahead and I will say, the second observatory visit was nothing to write home about. The second, drive-in visit was just kind of meh. Yeah. Yes, third loop. I mentioned that there was going to be 3 loops. Oops. And they're definitely gearing up for this to be the final loop. Oop, Raxor. Because we actually saved Emma this time. About fucking time. I'm sorry, but like I was kind of getting sick of, hey, you've done, things got better, and then, nope, still wasn't enough. Emma still died. Hey, because fuck you. I've been debating that, honestly. I don't think it is, honestly. I don't think it's quite overstaying its welcome. Because let me put it to you this way. Okay? We are about an hour and a half into this session. And session 1 was just over 3 hours. 4.5 hours? I don't think that's overstaying its welcome. I think that's a good length of time. Because keep in mind, we went through 4 out of 9 stages within those 3 hours yesterday. And now an hour and a half in, we've gone through 3 more stages with 2 more stages left. Yeah, it is a very nice and short game. I don't think this game is outstaying its welcome. Hell, if anything, the first game's DLC was overstaying its welcome by the time we got through that. Because, oh god, the DLC of Alan Wake 1 sucked. I stand behind that. The DLC for Alan Wake 1 sucked. Yeah. Which I would argue makes it even worse, Raxor. Because it's like, really? Months later, you kind of forgot how you were playing it? Like, because the thing is that I would have been a little more forgiving of that DLC, but then I looked up Remedy Entertainment, and no. Just, no. Because Alan Wake was not their first rodeo. I would have been more forgiving if Alan Wake had been their first game. It wasn't. Max Payne. They were also the developers behind Max Payne. So they should know how to craft, action and suspenseful action by that point, It was probably a different team, but then again, it was so close that it was like, Oh? I'm not familiar with it, if I'm honest. Every game they make almost bankrupts them. Huh. I wonder if the same can be said about Alan Wake 2 and Control. Because Control was only just recently made back its development costs. God damn. Ouch. That's either Remedy being overly ambitious or the game's just not selling well, or a kind of a mix of both. I don't have sales figures for like any of the games, so I can't speak to that. Okay. Yeah, that would be a huge problem. Oh, absolutely it would sell more on Steam because the Epic Game Store, so many people fucking hated the idea of it being locked to a specific to the Epic Game Store, right? That's actually one of the reasons why I'm in favor of GOG. You know, that's why I'm okay with, for example, the Sky Trilogy being on both Steam and GOG. For example. Yeah, I agree. GOG is a great store, and hell, if you have Amazon Prime, you're getting free games from GOG just constantly. Well, okay. I was speaking of the originals, obviously, but yeah, I'm not in favor of the remake not being on GOG. I will go ahead and say that. Which is funny, because I'm the guy who basically... Okay. Which is funny, because that might make me sound like a little bit of a hypocrite, because I have been a very loud voice of Mario should never be on PC. Let's remove emulation from the equation for a second. Don't even fucking go there. Sorry for saying it like that, but it's like, don't even go there. That's not what I'm talking about, and you know it. What I mean is Nintendo officially putting Mario on the PC. I don't want that. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying, that's why I chopped that off at the pass. Like, Actually, I guess technically Mario was technically on PC too when he was teaching kids how to type. Incidentally, you know something? I actually don't mind Mario teaches typing. I actually, it was specifically the second one with the creepy CGI Mario head. I actually kind of liked that. That was charming. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. It is a little, but anyways, but yeah, no, I'm the guy who says that there should be no official Mario game on Steam or the like. I stand behind that because mostly because I feel like Nintendo would lose its identity. And I know, all the corporate decisions you can point to that say Nintendo's not actually good. From a development standpoint, I feel like if Nintendo goes the route of Sega, we're gonna have another Sonic problem, where where Mario will become soulless. Yeah, no, and that's fair, Raxor. That's why I pointed out, all the boneheaded corporate decisions. Because the problem for me is that I want a game to be, to be made for the platform you're putting it on, right? Now, a game coming out on, say, the Xbox and the PlayStation, you can make that for both platforms and make it fit. But something like the Switch, like, I want the Switch to effectively be the family-friendly option, right? You know, to sit down with with kids and parents being able to sit down and have a fun Mario adventure. And sure, because I feel like that's kind of what gaming has started, unfortunately, veering away from, and I kind of freaking hate it. You know, I actually saw a video this morning about how we should say no to the next gen because what the hell is going to be the difference between the PS5 and the PS6? And I agree with that because the answer is basically going to be jack fucking shit. The PS5 Pro showed us that in spades. There's not going to be any difference between the PS5 and the PS6. I mean, some people could argue there's hardly a difference between the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. I disagree with that. I mean, some people even said, say no to Switch 2. I disagree with that. I am very happy with the Switch 2 right now. Depends on how greedy Sony wants to be, Raxor. Because I can guarantee you, Sony has pulled stupid before. So don't be surprised if sometime this year they announce that the PS6 is coming in 2027. Ideally, yes, it would take until 2029 for the PS6 to come out. Knowing the greediness of modern day companies, I doubt they're going to follow logic. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I would love to be wrong because I don't want a PS6 in 2026. I don't. I absolutely do not want the PS6 any sooner than 2028 at the fucking earliest. I do not want the PS6. Honestly, I would prefer the PS6 to come out when I'm 40, which is your prediction there. 2029. I want to be 40 before the fucking PS6 shows up. God, that's a weird thought. That is such a weird thought being in my mid-30s now. Haven't really been thinking about it. But anyways, yeah, no, anyways, to get back to the point, because I got off on the Nintendo tangent, no, I don't want an official Mario game on the PC. But again, that feels like it will be the death of Nintendo at that point. Like, Nintendo games as we know them will die when they go on PC. I'm sorry. And I'm hoping you're right, Raxor. Because, again, look at what happened with Sonic. For the first few years after Sega got out of the console market, everything was okay. We had the re-release on the GameCube of Sonic Adventure 2, with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, that was alright. Sonic Heroes was actually decent. I am a staunch defender of Shadow the Hedgehog. I feel people exaggerate that fucking game's faults way too fucking much, especially considering that just 1 year later, we got the actual worst fucking Sonic game ever made. It was Sonic the Disgrace. A game I literally played for 5 minutes, put it down, and said, fuck this. No, Sonic 06. Sonic Boom was Sonic Disgrace 2. Sonic the Disgrace 2. Who? I mean the one where Sonic fucking goes time traveling, and kisses a human princess. Yeah. Project 06 is all, and I'm not speaking of Project 06. I'm talking about the officially released one. Project 06, from everything I've heard, makes that game better. But yeah, no, yeah, Sonic 06, bleh. God, what was after that? Let's see. Then we had Sonic the Hedgehog 4, which was just, what the fuck is this shit? Sonic Colors, I kind of felt like Sonic Colors was a little overhyped. Personally, still not bad, but just overhyped. Lost World was just, hey, let's jump on the Galaxy train way too fucking late. Yeah, Colors was alright. Sonic Colors was alright. I will say Sonic Colors was fun. I just felt like people overblew it. Oh, speaking of overblowing it, I forgot one. Sonic Unleashed. The Werehog is not that bad. Shut up with that! I'm sorry. I got so sick and tired of people saying, the Werehog is awful, the Werehog is awful, the Werehog is awful, the Werehog is awful. It's mediocre at best. The fuck were you expecting out of that? I'm speaking specifically of the PS3 360 version. I never played the PS2 Wii version. I've heard it's decent on the Wii, though. I will say that. Oh yeah, speaking of the Wii, the storybook games were not. Sonic and the Secret Rings was okay. Sonic and the Black Knight can go die in a fire, because the music is the only good thing about that fucking game. Yeah, I mean, no, you never claimed you were a Sonic fan, Raxor, so there's no judgment here. I haven't played a lot of the Sonic games myself, so there's several Sonic games I just straight up have not played. I've never played Sonic Shuffle. I've never played Sonic Jam. I've never played Knuckles Chaotix. Yeah, I've heard Frontiers is good. Everything I've seen about Frontiers is it's good. It's an open world Sonic game, which makes me cock an eyebrow, but otherwise, yeah, no, I've heard good things. Forces was insulting. Sonic Forces was absolute crap. I'm sorry. Only thing good out of that was the main villain's theme song. That theme song was legit. That was the one where you can make a Sonic OC and go fight a villain called Infinite. Infinite Raxor. Sonic Generations was good. I'll give you Sonic Generations being good, regardless of which version, whether it's the old version or the update with the Shadow DLC. What else? The racing games were actually alright. The only bad Sonic racing game I've ever encountered was Sonic R. God, that game sucked. Oh yeah, I've heard the Shadow stuff is like really damn good. The recent Shadow stuff is really damn good. I mean, hell, I love the Sonic movies personally. Yeah, I hated Sonic R. I hated Sonic R so fucking much. Like, if I ever feel like I need to just rage out a game, I will fucking review Sonic R, and like it'll be my most hated thing ever, because holy crap, that game's not good. The controls are shit. The racing is shit. The opponent AI is god awful. Awful. The music makes my ears bleed. That's true. The only reason it wouldn't hit Rant View is because there's not much content. But I will go ahead and say it would get at least 10 negatives to story. I can tell you that much right now, because I feel the sprite work is garbage. The brickwork is an active eyesore. Oh, yeah. It's in Canada. That's my update. I'll even just check it right now. I don't know if that means it's in my province or if it's still in Toronto, but the update says, yeah. My assumption was either going to be I was going to see it being out for delivery today or tomorrow, but yeah, at most next week, you know. And I actually have I actually do have a backup just in case. So, anywho, I guess we should get on with it, because I'm actually on a time limit right now.
For what he hopes is the final time, the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows he will have what he needs.
If the motel level was any indication, this will actually be stupidly short.
Hello,
So.
I was expecting you. I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up.
Okay.
Very good. I believe we're ready to look into the sky.
Right there, Doctor.
Which way did I need to go? I don't think it was this way, or was it? No. Okay, so it's this way.
The film noir poster reminded me of Alex Casey, the detective's cool exterior never cracking even with the gun pointed in his face. In the back room, all the lights had been turned off, except for the lone spotlight which illuminated the bright red fire extinguisher on the wall. This act of creation is exhilarating and frightening. Subtext and symbols loom eager to take effect. Causality and consequence become domino chains that stretch into infinity. The more fundamental the change, the more unpredictable the variables become. Reality is too complex to control completely. Ordinary questions become meaningless. Who created who? What is really real? Everything is as real as everything else. You learn to let go of the things you can't control and go with the flow, or go insane.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much the gist of it.
After my disappearance, they thought I was dead. I might as well have been. I know it's been 2 years. I know Alice has moved on. I've tried to find a way back to her, back to my life, but escaping the dark place is almost impossible. Time does strange things here, but dreams and radio signals can pierce the veil between the worlds. I catch glimpses and echoes of the world. Sometimes I send messages out. I can only pray that they hear them.
Okay, I guess I do actually have to go up to find that manuscript page. All right. And there it is.
The Taken may well be the tool the darkness favors over any other. At some point, they used to be human, but whatever humanity they once had is long gone. Now they're just shells covered and filled by darkness. The Taken Mr. throws at me are more grotesque and varied than the ones I first encountered in Bright Falls. But I know how to deal with them. I'd be lying if I said they don't frighten me. But I've survived worse. I can't let them stop me.
Alright, so now I have 40 manuscripts. Hey, combat shotgun. Sure. Let's try out the combat shotgun. Oh, this thing looks like a Tommy gun. Look at this. Look at that design. Look at that design. That looks like a frickin' Tommy gun in Alan's hands. I think we're gonna give an whatchamacallit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's satisfying as fuck.
Come on in.
This is what you look like. Does that bother you? I bet it does. I'm not just wearing your face, you know. It goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of you and me. All the best parts. At first, I was just an idea. But they kept telling all those stories about you. You already had that rep. And then you disappeared mysteriously. And then the stories about bad, crazy Alan Wake came true. And here I am. That's the best part, isn't it? When that happens, you can always count on Cauldron Lake. I'm just as real as you are. And I'm the improved version. No fears, no doubt, no weaknesses, no self-deception here. I don't let anything drag me down. I know you like I know myself. I know it bothers you that I'm like this, that I use your name, crawl my way into your life. But I only do it because I'm better at being you than you ever were.
Yeah. Let's just get this over with. And suddenly we're rocking. I think we found our triple positive. Positive level. Okay, that was awesome. Oh I'm going this far with it. I am upping Dr. Meadows to 3, and I'm giving that line a positive. I have to. I wish these things would stop breaking the laws of physics in my observatory. That is just perfect. I love it. And the way the actress delivers the line. I gotta up the voice acting. Oh my god. And let's give good voice direction. Action while we're here. So yeah, I'm gonna up the voice acting to 2 and give a positive for the voice direction. Also, let's give a triple positive to that section. Whoops. Powers, what? No. Full 3 positives. In fact, with loops 2 and 3 shortening the amount of time you spend in the levels, I think it warrants a full 3 positives. That's a good point. How many positives did I give the checkpoints in Alan Wake 1? Full 3. Yeah, I think the checkpoints are... This one might seem a little weird, but I'm going to give a double positive to the viscerality. What else? 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 And yeah, let's up itemization to that. All right. So the gameplay positives just exploded. I might like this game. This might be the Alan Wake game I like the most so far. We'll see what Control has to say about it, but yeah, now, Control and Alan Wake 2 have to say about it, but yeah. It's definitely not the story I like the most, obviously. That's still Alan Wake 1, DLC notwithstanding. But yeah, no, this is actually this gameplay is impressing the shit out of me. Gee, it's almost as if for this one they focused on gameplay. But yeah, no, it's awesome. Alright, let's reload.
Doctor?
You know, I know physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I'd imagine that being stalked by horrible axe murderers would curb their enthusiasm a little.
Clearly you've never met hardcore physicists.
I'm glad you're in such good spirits, but...
The signal! Yes, it's completed.
Finally. If all goes well, this should be the last time we go through the loop.
You know, I just realized that I don't have any memory of what happens after you leave. What does that mean?
I don't think it means anything. If everything goes well, you just keep going. I don't show up here like this again, no more bad guys. Things go back to normal.
Let's hope you're right. I'd love the opportunity to look into this in more detail.
Looks like you've accepted the situation.
I'm a pragmatist. If this is a delusion, at least my first psychotic episode is anything but boring. Really, Mr. Wake, at the end of the day, I'm a scientist. I love mysteries. I love not knowing. Whatever else this might be, it's absolutely fascinating. I wonder how far this reaches. Is everybody in the world experiencing this?
Who knows? I think reality's probably pretty fragile right now.
I love how she said exactly what I said.
Doctor, I can see you're very enthusiastic about this. I'd appreciate a bit of discretion.
Are you suggesting that we should suppress this?
No. You can do what you like, but I want you to leave me out of it.
But surely, with the things you know, the things you've experienced, you can replicate any of these results. We could...
Let me be blunt. If you drag me into this, I'll deny everything. I'll lie like my life depended on it. And writers are damn good liars. Word of advice. This is things man was not meant to know territory. You get into this, chances are you'll open up a door into a world of hurt. Believe me, I know.
I see.
I do like that he tries to warn her off of that,
In a strange
though.
way, he feels at ease. He is armed with his own words, and when the time comes, they will be enough, or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation.
Damn. So yeah, no, we are now officially in the end game. We're in the final level. That basically confirms it. I'm surprised how few. I'm surprised how few negatives I've come up with. Honestly, Like, I stand behind the fact that the only story negative so far is Emma getting killed the second time. I stand behind that 100%. Like, that was a contrivance, Heaven's game. That was a straight up contrivance. But yeah, no, I can't think of any real negatives I want to give this game, really. Hilly. Because, again, I don't feel like the... Oh, that's another positive I need to put on the gameplay. weapon variety. I mean, case in point, I am ooh, and there's good enemy variety in this one too. I mean, gee, it's almost as if this is a well-designed game or something. Yeah, no, like the problem was that again the DLC tanked the score, and there was just certain things. It almost feels like they learnt their lessons from Alan Wake 1 with this one. I can't speak to Alan Wake 2, obviously. Never played it, had no interest until this run. And honestly, yeah, I was gonna wholesale ignore Alan Wake's American Nightmare just wholesale. Like, I wasn't even gonna bother with it. And here's the craziest part of all. I feel like that would have been the biggest mistake I made this entire block. I honest to goodness think that would have been the biggest mistake. If you hadn't suggested that if you hadn't suggested that I add this to the block rack or I would have just ignored this one wholesale, Alan Wake's American Nightmare. I would have ignored it wholesale, and I think that would have been a mistake. That would have been the biggest mistake of the block that I made. Like, I admit, okay, here's what I was expecting, okay? I was expecting it to be short. You know, I was gonna give it like maybe 10 positives on gameplay, maybe 10 on story because it's an Alan Wake game, so there would be some story elements. I didn't expect that score. Like, honestly, if anything, I was expecting there to be more negatives, honestly. Like, honest to God, I was expecting there to be more negatives on the board. But the encounter design, even on the couple of times that there were frustrating encounter design, I mean, like, at most, I'm probably going to add a negative each for each loop of the drive-in. Because the drive-in... Well, actually, did I give a positive to the drive-in? Hang on. No, I didn't give it on there. Here, because the only thing I gave was on the thing. But yeah, at most, I'm going to probably be putting 3 more negatives on the board for the drive-in levels, and that's it. Or maybe I won't. Because, drive-in 3 is going to be actually interesting. But we'll see. I'm actually kind of ecstatic. I've got about 3 hours. I've got about 3 hours left as my time limit, and there's no way in hell this final level is going to take me 3 hours. I'm predicting that right now. And then we'll do a brief little stint in arcade mode, try that out, and then go from there.
Turn to the drive-in. If he's aware of the absurdity of arming oneself with a few sentences and standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't show it. The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more, but cowardice is not among them.
Damn right. That's one thing I will give Viv Allen.
Oh, you got yourself a little plan, do you?
And that's why Viscerality is at 2. Any questions? Whoops. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I need to go and heal. There we go. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. I haven't used any flare gun. Oh, I haven't needed it. Not really. I have 10 shots with my flare gun right now. That's funny. Oh, hey, it actually told me.
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never. Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life.
Oh, shut the fuck up already. Oh, wow. He's really getting desperate. Look at this. Look at what he's throwing at me here. Oh, that is a good choice of the song. Damn it. I need to go refill. Oh, before I fight him. And methinks. Oh, is there not a box right here? Aw. That means I'm gonna have to backtrack a little bit. Because I didn't think to restock. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I know this stupid level's tricks now. Ow. Well, we'll be making a stop by the light. Right after this. Let's not start with lower health. Okay, let's try this again.
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never! Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life.
Positive to gameplay. In fact, we're going to add a couple of positives, because I'm going to give a positive to the music. All right. Moving on.
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I'll send you right back to the beginning.
Yep, I was right. Manuscript page over here.
When the Dark Man's eyes suddenly locked into Serena's, she flushed hot. They ignited a black fire in her. He was talking. He wanted the power turned off. He said something about the projector booth. She hooked a finger under his belt buckle. He grabbed a hold of her throat and twisted until it hurt. Somewhere deep inside, a part of her screamed in paralyzed horror, but the moan that escaped from her throat had no panic in it. "Pay attention," he said. "Business first." His eyes glittered shamelessly. Hers did too.
What? You think whatever it is you're gonna do is gonna make a difference? This'll end up just like before!
I've been around for a while now, you know? While you've been indisposed, stuck in the darkness, I've been busy. I operate in the shadows. Not always literally, you understand? I'm a little more resilient than those I've taken. But I do my best work in the dark. And there's so much darkness out there that goes deep. And the things that live in it are bad, big bastards. They don't mind getting a little bit of elbow room. All that chaos and madness, it doesn't really do that much down there. It's like pouring a glass of water into the ocean, right? But up here, yeah, you can really make an impact. All they need is someone to bring them all the way through. But first, I had to take care of you. You party pooper. You're stuck in an eternal cycle now. The sun's never coming up for you. Everything else? Do my thing. Getting a bit of quality time with Alice? That's a little something for me. And I deserve it.
Sure, buddy. Sure. Alright. Let's deal with these phones. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using it this time. Like I said, might as well just shorten this, because the game has been emphasizing that over and over, so I'm like, yeah, let's heed the game and make this shorter.
Again, the Champion of Light enters the final trap. The new reality is almost here. All he needs to do is change the details of the scene, push it past the breaking point, and the rest will snap into place.
Okay, so, late at night, summer was almost over, film noir poster was visible, the fire extinguisher was being illuminated. Alright. Alice's movie. Ah, go. And I just need to find the actual projector part. Oh, I don't want to turn the lamp. We've already turned the lamp. Ah, there we go.
Oh, come on, buddy. Why don't you... What? What is this? No! No!
This is the light, buddy. Goodbye, Mr. Scratch.
You can't do this! All I did was take the things you always wanted and never had the balls to go for. It's my turn now. It's my life. It's my life.
Alan? Is it really you?
It's really me.
How? I love you.
I love you.
A woman, a man, two lovers, held apart for far too long, enveloped in the light of a glorious dawn. They both feel it. He's home at last. Are these actual events, or merely a dream? A memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain. This scene takes place in another time, and another place, far, far away
From
Night Springs.
And hopefully that'll be how Alan Wake 2 ends.
You know, it feels nice watching the sun come up.
I'll risk it.
And I've realized I can never return.
Alright, so final thoughts.
Oh, baby, feels good.
This was a good game. I highly recommend this thing. Oh, now, yeah. Copy wrong. Honestly, I don't care about that. Because what's funny is that almost every time I've hit the copy wrong thing, it's been the thing. Yeah, I guess I'll mute it. I'll just mute it, I guess. Probably let too much of that play anyway, but whatever. I guess I'll just mute it. Yeah, no, I legitimately believe that this is a good game. This is a damn good game. So the funny thing about this, Bounce slays the demon, yeah. The happy song, poets fall. Oh, yeah. But anyways, but yeah. So honestly, that was I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. That ending was actually really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I am going to give a positive to the outro. Definitely going to give a positive to the outro on gameplay. I am going to go ahead and give a negative each for Drive-In 1 and 2. Drive-In 3 was actually pretty good, so I'll let that, so I like that. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I actually had a lot of fun with this one. I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and I'll be honest with you. I'm glad I played this. It's only $10, and that's the best part about this thing. This thing's only $10. Looks on the Xbox store. So if you have an Xbox, I highly recommend checking this game out. This is actually good. I actually, for once, agree with the blurb that says that this is actually a good starting point for, for newcomers as well as, returning fans. I got a decent amount of, I got a decent, a good amount of like interest. I kind of liked the connections to Alan Wake 1. I liked. It didn't have a lot of characters, but I actually do like. I do like that. Of course, they got to do the James Bond thing. Alan Wake's journey through the night will continue. I mean, yeah, we've got at least one more time where he's gonna show, and he's got cameos and other stuff. So, post-credit scene.
No.
Oh yeah, Barry waking up.
Al?
But yeah, that was good stuff. So there's only one last thing for us to try out first, just before we wrap this bad boy up. So I got all but one of the manuscript pages for the rest stop. I'm missing 2 for the observatory, and I'm missing 7 for this one.
There's more to fighting the Taken than just burning away the darkness that protects them. When I'm fighting for my life, I find myself slipping into a state of intense concentration that makes the beam of my flashlight seem more powerful and focused. I used to think it was just my imagination, something brought on by the adrenaline and fear of death. But now I'm not so sure. I've been touched by powers that I can't begin to truly comprehend. And they've left a mark. I'm starting to think this might be a part of it.
So, yeah. But yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting... It's definitely been an interesting ride. Ooh, and hey, we can actually replay the radio shows. Oh, that's cool. I actually like that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try out arcade mode now with different levels. I'm not gonna go through all of arcade mode. I'm only gonna do a specific one. I'm only gonna do like one. So. Welcome to arcade mode. Your objective is to survive until sunrise and get the highest possible score. You are awarded points for destroying Taken. Your score multiplier increases as you destroy enemies or perform a successful dodge. Enemy hits reset the multiplier to 0. The weapon chests in arcade mode can be unlocked by finding manuscript pages in story mode.
Evil is afoot. Tonight, he fights for his life.
Yeah. Each round is short, so there's that. Get ready for the next wave. Yep. Damn it. Damn it! Oh, come on! Oh, fuck off. Ah, come on. Fuck.
The Oblivion, champion of light. Nothing else remains for you now.
Well, shit. So yeah, that's arcade mode. Fun little thing. I mean, but yeah. I guess that's about it. I guess let's go ahead and audit this sucker and go home. Because, yeah, that's about all for this one. Alright. Alright, so animations, I'm gonna say wash. Atmosphere and tone. I'll say 1 for the both of them, actually. Yeah, that was actually really fast. I was not expecting it. I honestly, I mean, I was kind of expecting it to be done in 2 days, but I didn't think the second session would have us be done with 2.5 hours to spare. I was actually kind of impressed. I'm actually kind of impressed by that. Let's see. Babylon 5 effect? Nah. Background lore, I've said my piece. Banter? The banter's okay. In this one, not great. Brickwork? Horizon. And Horizon, Raxor. Horizon is the next full-on thing we're doing. At most, I might honestly, I will probably just go ahead and just say until Horizon shows, I'm not gonna bother streaming. Aiming. And then after Horizon, we'll be tackling Control. And then finishing off the Alan Wake block with Alan Wake 2. And then we'll be jumping into the RE4 comparison after that. So, yeah. Alright, so branching narrative, not really. Brickwork, eh. Camera work, meh. Characters, I've said my piece. Cutscenes, consequent storytelling, cutscene competence. Ooh, I do like the doodads usage. Oh, actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's actually give a Brickwork positive. Screw it. What else do we got here? Let's see what I gave Alan Wake 1. Because that's really the comparison point here. I gave 2 for the Brickwork and 2 for the doodads. I feel only 1 is warranted for this one. I might go ahead and do that, Raxor, but we'll see. Essentially, the idea is that I'll probably do so, and then put a thing on Discord saying, I will go live when I get the confirmation that it's out for delivery. If that doesn't happen within the next 2 days, of course, which it might. I didn't think the animations were that great in this one. Pacing? Yeah, let's give it pacing positive. Let's see. So doodads I gave. Dialogue is kind of eh. Empty text. No. There's absolutely no empty text in this game whatsoever. Ever. Absolutely none. External continuity. Yeah, I've said my piece on that. Fake drama. Nope. Foreshadowing. Not as much in this one. Humor outside of one line, not really. Integration and segregation. Yes. there. Internal continuity. On that one. Intro. That's a good question. Intro. What did I say for intro? Well, yeah, I guess we'll say loop 1 is an interesting intro. Okay, lighting, localization, moments, MSQ. Music direction was okay in this one. Limb bloom effect, not really. Pacing, padding, set my piece. Sound design, sprite work. Yeah, the character models look okay in this one, but they kind of felt a little weird in this one. I felt the character models were better, although that could be a factor of the remaster, Esther, of Alan Wake 1 more than anything. Story sequencing was okay. Nothing to get excited about, but nothing to get really pissy about either. Storyboarding, same deal. Storytelling mechanics, visual continuity, visual storytelling. I've said my piece on the voice acting and voice direction, the world building, and the writing. Okay. So, yeah. That is seriously where it's ending. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or, wait, there's 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is where we're ending. Where the story is ending. 25. Oh, come on. 25 story positives and a single story negative. I stand behind that. The contrivance of Emma being killed during loop 2 is the only contrivance is the only negative I can think of for the story. I've got nothing. Like, this is another case much like Castlevania Aria of Sorrow was, in which I literally can't think of anything else. Actually, hang on. Let's take a look at the story negatives. Was there anything I wanted to carry over to that? No, the characters being yeeted from the plot, that wasn't exactly true. No. There was no jackass like Nightingale. There really wasn't any kind of real Cassandra truth. I mean, there kind of was in loop 1, but even then, it's like, no. No, there was no scene where a character is blatantly acting weird and the characters are ignoring it because they're stupid. Stupid. No cliched crap that was done better in the 60s. 60s, like, say, drugged coffee. None of the levels themselves kind of felt like story negative worthy ever. No dissatisfying ending the enemies. There's no repetition. I didn't actually hate the ending as much as you might have expected me to, and I actually kind of liked the outro. And there's no DLC for this one, so yeah, I have no desire to add any more negatives to the board. And then with my I was gonna compare it to Aria of Sorrow, where I was like, I'm pretty sure there was only like one during Aria of Sorrow. Yeah, no, Aria of Sorrow was another one where the story, where there were 0 story negatives, and I stand behind that wholeheartedly. Holy crap. I only came up with 5 gameplay negatives for Aria. That's amazing. That is amazing. Anyways, but yeah, no, that's it for the story. Moving on to the gameplay now. All right, let's see. All roads lead to Rome. Meh. Animations. Not really. Audio spam? No. Alternate leveling mechanics? No. Backtracking? Not really. I don't feel it. Well, Actually, I think I will add 1 backtracking negative. So I'll add 1 backtracking negative. No real bestiary. There weren't really any bosses. No real builds. No real co-op. That would have been awesome for this. Core mechanics. No real cosmetics. Difficulty curve, durability, encounter rates. Enemy AI, fast travel. It doesn't really exist. Flow of exploration, no real grind. I'm gonna give the HUD a positive because I think it warrants it. Looks like that's about it because I'm just kind of scrolling through all of these. Mission checkpoints. I've said my piece. There's no real new game plus. Well, I guess we can check. Oh, okay. Actually, there is effectively a new game plus. Level select, new game plus. Alright, cool. Options, I said my piece. Outro, I said my piece. Pacing, padding, post-game. Quality of life features. Replayability. Yes. Positive to replayability. Respec, save system, seconds and minutes, secondary sound, terrain, tutorialization, unskippable cutscenes. Those did start to bug me. It bugged me as the game went on, so I'm actually going to go ahead and give an unskippable. Well, actually, hang on. Did they bug me that much? Yes, they actually did. They did. Well, normally, unskippable cutscenes don't bug me usage of them right before tough sections that can kill you. Whoops. Easily does. Okay. Now that I've plugged myself back in. Yeah, no, I am adding a negative for unskippable cutscenes for this one. Normally, I don't. Like, you've probably heard me say fuck off to unskippable cutscenes multiple times. Let me explain why it bugs me here. Yes, usually unskippable cutscenes don't really bug me because I find people exaggerate the problems, right? Kingdom Hearts 1, and you know, Dark Riku, or Ansem Riku, whichever one you want to say. Hey, oh, I hate going through that. It takes super long, and he's stupidly hard, yada yada yada. No, that just means you suck at Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm sorry, but Ansem Riku in Kingdom Hearts 1 is not that fucking hard. Never was. I'm sorry. Even on my first playthrough, that took me like maybe 2 or 3 attempts. Like, I'm sorry. But anyways, but yeah, no. Here in this game, it's like, no, the usage of the unskippable cutscenes kind of sucks. Alright, what else? Viscerality I gave 2. Visual continuity, visual distinction, walkthroughitis, and Yoshi drums. Okay, so that's it. That means we are leaving Alan Wake's. We are ending Alan Wake's American Nightmare with Alan Wake's American Nightmare with 30 positives to gameplay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 negatives to gameplay. Which leaves us with a final score for Alan Wake's American Nightmare of plus 24 to story. Again, not too shabby. It's an Alan Wake game, so that score actually makes sense. And plus 23 to gameplay, which is a hell of an improvement over Alan Wake 1. I'll go ahead and say that. Leaving us with a final score of plus 47. Does that track for me? Yes. I did have fun with this game. I'm glad I played this game. I don't think it's one of the best games ever made, obviously. But for $10, I gotta be honest with you, I highly recommend this game. Yeah, I'm glad you recommended it too, Rexor. This is actually a good game. This is definitely what I call a popcorn game. This is definitely one of those games where it's like if you got $10 to spend, I can think of way worse example of games to spend $10 on. Hell, there was actually a shooter on the Switch of all things in the eShop that, I shit you not, was like just so mind-numbingly bad that I was just like, wow, what the fuck is this shit? I don't even remember what it was called. I think it was called Anime Girl Shooter or some stupid shit. It was one of those stupid shovelware nonsense in games. And it was blah. But yeah, no, I was actually pleasantly surprised. Nice. 33 points higher than Alan Wake 1. Honestly, I stand behind that. Which is funny because it actually gained the same story score basically by being kind of having lower, by not having as high of highs, but not having as devastating of lows either. So, there's that. There's that. I am actually going to drag you up here because that is absolutely where you're going to be slotted in. But yeah, that is Alan Wake's American Nightmare. 2 sessions, so that obviously left us with a positive on average of 23.5 positives per session. Damn impressive, not gonna lie. Let's see, where does it get slotted in? It looks like it's being slotted in just above of Final Fantasy X-2, but just below Nexomon Extinction. But yeah, no, this is a damn fine game. No question. I'm not sure what else I can really say at this point. Oh, what did I say the new constituted a GU glow up? I will say 40 points. That looks about right. No, that's 50 points. Okay, never mind. 50 points. Nice. So, no. American Nightmare does not actually gain the GU glow up tag because Alan Wake 1 wasn't actually that bad. Ed. So, to have this be, you know, whatchamacallit? But yeah, yeah, I don't know what else I can say at this point. Short game. Didn't feel like I wasted my time. I'm 6 hours to complete it. Not bad. All things considered, not bad. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Next up on the docket, is going to be Trails Beyond the Horizon because, you know me, Trails, Hills, it takes precedent. But yeah, it's finally time for Trails Beyond the Horizon. So when I next start streaming again, and yeah, I will go ahead and I will we will go ahead and we will enter Zemuria to apparently bid farewell to Zemuria. Because keep in mind, Kaino Kiseki's subtitle in Japan is Farewell O Zemuria. So, we'll see what the fuck that's all about next time. Until then, this is Blue Wolf Alex of the Lore Walkers signing out, recommending Alan Wake's American Nightmare. See you guys next time, and the next time we'll be back to the Alan Wake block. It'll be with the spiritual sequel, Control. Until then, Blue Wolf Alex of the Lore Walkers signing out. Have a good one. Later.